Hey everybody, it's Jason, and picked up some new films on physical media. I think I got maybe one, two Blu-rays possibly, and then rest of them were DVDs. Some of them are going to be more for just flipping purposes, put them in my eBay store, sell them for a couple schmeckles. But some of them are going to the collection, and some of them I know I've done this before. I've talked about this on previous episodes or videos that for me, if they come with a slip cover, they come with the inserts from the original packaging, and I picked it up years before without the slip cover, without the inserts. I'll pick it up, add it to my personal disc or collection, and then I'll sell whatever left of the case, the DVD, the Blu-ray, whatever. So with that being said, the first up is Masters of Horror Jennifer. This is a Dario Argento episode from the Showtime series from back in 2007, I want to say. 2005, as time flies. So anyways, as you all might know about this one, it has Steven Weber in it. This is probably one of the more extreme episodes, shockingly. I think this is his first. He did this one, and then he did the second season of Pelts, with starring now deceased Meatloaf. But this was actually really good, very, very like erotic. But the creature here on front is you don't really, I don't think we ever really know what she is or where she's from, but she's some sort of like, I don't know, creature. She has like a really smoking hot body, but her face is like a monster face, and she's able to get men to do what she wants them to do, if you know what I mean. So it's very, very creepy. Next up is Blade Trinity. All three movies on one box set. Blade 1, 2, and 3 also has a special features disc, which I didn't even know that even was a thing on here, because 1 and 2 is on one disc, 3 is on a separate disc, and then there's a special features disc for part 3. So again, this is just another DVD that kind of houses all the movies together. Not really going to talk much about Blade. We all know about Blade, I think, at this point. Next up, I'm kind of surprised I found this one in the wild. I don't want to say it's rare, not at all, but it's not one you see a whole lot, at least not me. In my area is Vince Vaughn and Brawl in Cell Block 99. I like this. I like actually the variant cover better. And this comes with the variant cover. This one actually I prefer. I already had this, so I picked it up and put it on eBay. So these first 3 actually are on eBay right now. These are all just ones I'm flipping, and I mean I might get a couple. I got I think 50 cents in each one. So if I make $3-4 off of them, and like I said, I've told this people before. I have so many people who come to my store now or my eBay auctions that they buy multiples. And so a lot of times, even though if I might sell one for just a couple of dollars, I'll sell another one for like 10, and then it just kind of adds up. So that happens frequently for me. So anyways, this Vince Vaughn joint here. Again, this is absolutely awesome. This is from the director of Bone Tomahawk. And again, there's not much to say about it that has not already been said, but that's a great one. This one's kind of surprised I found in the wild because it came with the entire packaging. I think everything's there. The Blu-ray with the slipcover of The Dark Knight is not my favorite. I'm an old school guy. I like the Batman. Tim Burton and Michael Keaton's Batman, but again, there's no denying that this movie is a well done movie. Chris Nolan is great. Heath Ledger. It's funny because I watched it recently because I picked this up. I already had it on Blu-ray, but again, I'm going to show this the slipcover. It has a bunch of the inserts, I believe, in here, so I need to exchange those out for what I don't have. But at first I was not a fan of the Heath Ledger Joker. I'm still Jack Nicholson. I'm still Team Jack. But I think it's grown on me over the years. I used to hate this movie. I used to be like, I think it might have been like the cool thing. It's like when everybody else loves something, you're like, man, that sucks, just because you want to be different. I might have had a little bit of that in there for a while, but when I go back and look at it again, I just really did not like Batman Begins. I just couldn't give any of the other movies a chance. But this really is a much better movie than Batman Begins, in my opinion. And he definitely brought it up a notch. So here you have all 3 discs. I don't know if this is a special collector's edition with all 3 discs or not. And maybe it's not. Maybe this is the standard edition. Like this is the way the Blu-ray came. But you have I think the digital copy. Whoops, as I drop it. out of the thing here, and then you have, look at this, but all of them are falling out. All right, and then you have the other two discs, the main features. But this also came with this insert, so that's the reason why I picked this up. I did not have that. Next up is, I think this movie is getting ready to get a Blu-ray. I already has one. It might be getting a 4K. I can't remember. But it's another 90s joint that I love. It's called The Craft. Again, this has Nev Campbell. You have Fairuza Balk, Robin Tunney, and Rachel True. And again, it's your typical 90s. Every 90s goth girl in high school, this was like their jam. I remember vividly at least two girls in my class. I went to a pretty big high school who, after seeing this movie, was telling people that they were witches. So it obviously had a pretty big impact, and it was a thing. You probably don't understand it if you're younger, and maybe if you're quite a bit older. But if you're born in the 80s and then grew up in the 90s, or I was born in the 70s and I grew up in the 80s and I went through school in the 90s, I guess, this was definitely a thing. And I'm sure you could relate that many a girl would say they became a witch after watching that movie. This is a cool one here. It's a still book of the Boondock Saints, All Saints Day. So I was surprised this was out in the wild for $1. This is the DVD. It's not a Blu-ray, but it's a 2-disc set there. Did not have this. I don't think I've actually seen this one before. I've seen the first one, and I liked it. I always liked the Boondock Saints movie, but I mean, there are like people who are like way into the Boondock Saints. And again, Sean Patrick Flannery, Norman Reedus are all like, I like them a lot. The late Peter Fonda's in this, Clifton Collins Jr. and Billy Connolly, sorry. So yeah, haven't checked it out, but the Steelbook for $1 all day long. Next up was just John Wick 3. I did not have this as DVD. Again, nothing special. No insert, no slipcover. But again, for 50 cents or $1, there's a couple of pawn shops and flea markets I go to that it's $1 or 50 cents for most things. So again, there's nothing really to say about John Wick 3. I actually like this one a whole lot. I feel like they've opened up the world tremendously in part 3. He goes to Morocco. He goes with his like Russian family. You finally find out that he's the Joe Dodani or whatever, whatever they call it, whatever his name is in there with Angelica Houston. You add Halle Berry into it. You add the Adjudicator into it. So there's a lot of, they expand the world, which I like. Next up was 2 out of these 3 movies I don't think I've seen. Maybe I've seen one of them. But it's the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Remember what used to be The Rock? When he first started being in films, that was The Rock. Then it became Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now it's just Dwayne Johnson. Like, he does not have to anymore go by his wrestling WWF/E name anymore. He is such a megastar that he dropped The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now he's just Dwayne Johnson. And he doesn't have to even acknowledge his wrestling past. Not that he doesn't. He's still hard into, knowing where he came from and all that. But as far as Hollywood is concerned, they no longer need to parlay his wrestling to get people into the seats. I would almost say maybe now him being a wrestler might be a hindrance in some respects because he's being taken way more serious in Hollywood as far as an actor is concerned. But here we have a 3-pack of Hercules, Pain and Gain, which I believe that's a Michael Bay movie, and then a G.I. Joe Retaliation. I've seen Retaliation, I believe, at least once. There wasn't anything to write home about. Pain and Gain I did watch years ago, and I thought it was pretty good. I've never seen Hercules. It looks like a hot mess, but again, getting it for $1, all 3 movies, you got it. Next up, I got this just because it's the slipcover. I've never seen it. It looks like Underworld. And I actually think it said like from the producer of Underworld, as I throw it on the ground, is Frankenstein. It's, or as what is his name? Willy Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder. It's Frankenstein, not Frankenstein. From Young Frankenstein, as I completely slaughtered all that. But anyways, you have Aaron Eckhart, and it looks like another hot mess, but comes with a slip cover again. It has a cool slip cover. It has this like kind of glossy, I won't say lenticular because that's coming up next, but it has like a glossy shine on it. I haven't seen it, but for $1, I'll give it a shot. Next up is a 2-disc special edition of Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Connelly, and I can never remember Jamon Hudson. I can't ever remember how to pronounce his name. I feel bad. Jamon Hudson, Blood Diamond. So there you go. But again, this one has a slipcover on it. This is actually a really good movie. I know it's a 2-disc set, as you can see. So there you have that. I really like this a lot, but I'm a huge fan of Jennifer Connelly and Leonardo DiCaprio. And again, this is a movie that had 5 Academy Award nominations. But I feel like almost any time that you see these actors in a movie, it's going to be a movie worth watching, or at least giving it a shot. So there you go. Not much to say about it. Edward Zwick directed this joint. Martin Sheen's in this. I forgot about that. And Arnold Vosloo, who played the Mummy in the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies. So there you go. Next up, there's, I think, 2 variations of this, and I got the lenticular cover variation, which is pretty cool on the snap case. It is of the widescreen edition of Ghost Ship. So as you can see here, it's a lenticular, so you can see like the skull on the Ghost Ship, and then you take it over here, there's no skull. So there you go. Oh, it actually says see evil on the bottom. I didn't even know. I never ever noticed that, but if you look, it says see evil on the bottom. So anyways, I like this movie. I know sometimes people kind of, because this was from the, what do they call it? Oh, shoot. Who put these movies out? I'm trying to think of who put these movies out. It was Dark House, maybe Dark House Films. But you had this. You had House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts. I really liked this. I actually liked all those movies. I don't know why people kind of crapped on them. I think there's a huge contingent of film fans, especially horror movie fans, that did not like this. I enjoyed it. I don't know what the hate was for, but love this Ghost Ship. And then last but not least, I have an AEW box that I get every 3 months, every quarter. I get an AEW wrestling box. And this was in it, a copy of Volume 1, AEW Wrestling Dark. Some of the best matches. Is an exclusive, apparently, to the All Elite exclusive. I don't know if it was exclusive to the crate or what it was, but you have a whole bunch of matches. As you all know, I'm a big wrestling fan. I'm pretty much an AEW fan exclusively at this point. But you have the Young Bucks, you have Kenny Omega in here, you have Darby Allin, Brian Pillman Jr., Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley, Dante Martin, Dr. Britt Baker, Riho, Chris Statlander. There's all kinds of people in here. You have Pac. I mean, there's just everybody's in this thing. So Kip Sabian. So anyways, guys, I picked that up, or I got it for free, I guess, or whatever's in the box. I didn't get it for free. I paid for it, but it was one of the discs in there. So that was it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the films that I picked up. And until next time,